World of Warcraft is one of the most popular MMORPGs of all time, with millions of players worldwide. However, the game's current version, known as WoW Retail, has been receiving some negative feedback from players. So, in this video, we'll explore 5 reasons why players don't enjoy WoW Retail. One of the main reasons why players don't like WoW Retail is the game's focus on endgame content. While it's important to have challenging content for players to enjoy, WoW Retail has made it almost impossible for new players to catch up. The gear grind is too time consuming and the player experience can feel like a constant gear treadmill. This has been a common complaint for WoW over the years, but I feel like this would be difficult to change unless you change the overall anatomy of World of Warcraft. People come to World of Warcraft for the endgame. That's one of their biggest selling points. I feel like they enjoy mythic dungeons, they enjoy raiding. This is why people return to World of Warcraft. They enjoy the challenge, they actually enjoy the gear grind, they actually enjoy gearing up their character, but this could also put a lot of people off of the game. With this being said, it could also not be difficult enough. And this is why you see a lot of players going back and playing WoW Classic. Another reason why players don't enjoy WoW Retail is the game's reliance on daily quests. Daily quests are repetitive and boring. They can feel like a chore. Players are forced to complete them in order to progress, which can be really frustrating. WoW Retail storylines have also been criticized by players. While the game's lore is rich and interesting, the current storylines are often convoluted and hard to follow.
You'll be back soon, sure. Go on then. My Khan is at our outpost nearby. Follow this path through the swamp, and try not to get eaten.
This can make it difficult for players to stay engaged with the game's narrative. The lack of depth in character development leads to a non-impactful engagement. Once the story is over, I could care less about the characters I've interacted with. Compared to Final Fantasy XIV, where many people have legitimately cried because their favorite character has died, if Alexstrasza or Rathian died, I could care less. Another issue with WoW Retail is the game's overall reliance on group content. While group content can be fun, players are often forced to group up with other players in order to complete quests and progress through the game. This can be frustrating for players who prefer to play solo or who don't have a large group of friends to play with. With Final Fantasy XIV, every single expansion except Stormblood, you can actually go into dungeons with a group of NPCs. So if you want to solo the entire game, you probably could. Except for Savage and endgame content, you could probably solo 90+% of the game. With World of Warcraft, you're reliant on a group to finish the majority of the content and endgame. Finally, WoW Retail's graphics and art style have been criticized by players. While the game's graphics have improved over the years, some players feel the game's art style has become too cartoonish and lacks the grittiness of the games in earlier versions. I feel like this is why games like Ashes of Creation, Blue Protocol, that take the graphics to the extreme of one way or the other, whether it's super animated or super realistic, I feel like WoW is trying to do both and fit somewhere in between, and that gets criticized a lot in the community because it's kind of confusing for people who are really interested in anime style games versus people who are interested in very realistic style games. So there you have it, 5 reasons why players don't enjoy WoW Retail. While the game still has a dedicated player base, it's important for developers to listen to player feedback and make changes that will improve the overall player experience. What do you think of WoW Retail's current position? Are you interested more in WoW Classic? Are you giving up on WoW altogether? Let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in watching me play video games live, I do stream Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, any kind of games that I'm interested in, over on twitch.tv/Geegan. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next one.